So this is gonna be the start of the video. This is gonna be a video series of me rebuilding my first quad I've ever bought. Um, I picked up this '04 YFZ probably about a year and a half ago. Um, didn't know anything about it. Showed up, didn't know anything about quads at all really. Had mechanical experience, but didn't know what I was getting into when I bought this. Um, so I originally picked up the quad for $3,500 and it was running great. Didn't have any issues, fired right up, right. Um, Guy told me he bought it for his wife and his wife didn't really want to ride quads anymore, so he was trying to get rid of it. I was like, okay, cool. Bought the quad, had the guy deliver it to the house, and didn't really ride it. Probably rode it about one time around the neighborhood. Didn't live somewhere at that time where riding a four wheeler was gonna be okay. Um, Eventually got the opportunity to take the quad out and actually ride it. Um, I probably rode it for about 10 minutes and then a buddy's brother asked to ride it and I was like, "Yeah, go ahead. It's all good. Like no problem." Well, 5 minutes goes by and they come riding up on the same four-wheeler and he's like, "Man, it died. I can't get it started. I don't know what's wrong with it. We're going to go get it." So, they go and they get it. They bring it back to the house and like I said, I didn't know anything about quads at that time, so I'm just like, maybe the battery died, you know. So we tried bump starting it a couple times. It won't do anything. Wheels won't turn over at all. Um, Eventually, one of the guys that was there, his buddy shows up and he had a newer YFC that he had bought and had rode pretty hard and destroyed the motor on. And he said, "Man, that motor's locked up." I said, "No way. Just bought this. Can't be." Um, Once we couldn't get it to bump over, we took the side cover off the side of it and tried to turn it over with a wrench and it wouldn't go anywhere. It was completely locked up. So after we figured out the motor was completely locked up, we went ahead and put it on the trailer and took it back to my house. And later that week, I ended up taking it to work where I had a majority of my tools and knew that if I needed anything special, that's probably where it would be. Like I said, I had never had a four wheeler like this, like an actual one. I had had plenty of Chinese four wheelers and cheap four wheelers in the past, but nothing actual like this. Um, so it was my first time diving in and actually pulling apart something sophisticated. Uh, it didn't take me long to get the motor out, probably about an hour. I wouldn't consider very slow for not knowing what to do. Um, I ended up getting it stripped down, as you'll see in the end, within an hour of footage. Of course, it's all sped up now, so it will be much shorter. But once I got the motor tore down, I'll show some of the pictures of the carnage, but it was completely demolished. Again, never even thought about having a four wheeler like this, so didn't know what the cost was gonna be to rebuild it. Luckily, there was a guy, great guy, Stephen McClafferty in Sherman. He does a lot of the YFZ stuff in my area, and a lot of people know him in the Yamaha forums on Facebook. I got the motor over to him shortly after I tore it down and told him I just wanted something reliable but wanted good parts. He recommended that I do a 500cc big bore kit, uh, complete rebuild kit. So it came with a jug, piston. Um, I'll show the pictures. I still have all the pictures and all the receipts of all the stuff I put into it. He built the motor for me, brought it to me, and I put the motor in. And I've rode it a few times. It hasn't been right since I got the motor back, and it was nothing on him. You know, like I said, I'm inexperienced and I have a lot to learn. Still learning every time. Uh, but the whole idea of tearing it down this time is I just want to do it right. As you can see here, I'm trying to show you like some of this stuff is rusty and uh, right here you can see that it's not even a cotter pin, it's just a nail that's been put through there and bent. So like I said, nothing on the engine builder. There's just a lot of stuff um, on the quad that could be better and way more up to par. It it rode fine. It's very fast. Quickest thing I've ever been on. Scares me every time I get on it. I love it. People ask to ride it, and I take them for a ride around the neighborhood real quick, and they don't want to ride it anymore. So that's awesome. I just want to get it right, and as much money as I have into it now, might not seem like a lot of money to a lot of other people, but to me it was quite a bit of money, and I just like it to be right. There's a lot of little things you can do, you know, just time and effort to make something a lot better.
Probably gonna try and plastic weld these together because I think they can go on as one piece and be fine. And I'm sick of the gaps and it coming apart like this every time I take it off. That'll be one of the projects.
So I go to take off the battery hold down and the starter relay hold down, and you can see the quad starts to move. I just got it propped up on a paint bucket. I don't have an actual stand right now. Hopefully, as we go on, I'll be able to get an actual stand or maybe even a lift table to be able to do this on. Uh, I hope to do further projects. I'm really interested in anything with a motor on it, really, and would love to share the experience of working on them, maybe some knowledge. You know, I'm young, I've got a lot to learn, but I could also share what I know now, and maybe somebody else will pick it up. Uh, right now, I'm just trying to get all the plastics pulled off the bike and try and get them organized over there in the corner where they're not taking up too much room. I'm just working in the garage uh, when it's at least warm enough out there. I think right now, when I was recording, it was probably about 65 degrees. Later on in the video, you'll see the lighting gets better when I open the garage door. This is me showing the K&N air filter and showing how it's pretty clean, no oil or anything in it. So I do have it later on in the video, but all of the nut certs that are in the subframe back here that hold on this grab bar are completely loose. Uh, one of them even missing. One of them's held on by a nut and a bolt. So it's either drill a lot of this stuff through and use a nut and a bolt instead of the original way where it was tapped, or try to find a new subframe, maybe even order one.
Hey, not on 90s wheels. Come on. You have to stay away from that road. Is that you? Come here, son. You have a reverse? You're just for freaking season back here. We got reverse lights. Look at that. We got reverse lights. As soon as we put up a reverse light, right, turn off. We just ripped a ton of stuff out of here. Our air level valve is somewhere around here. We took that out. We're moving it from the front axle because we're making a rear end solid. What we want to do is pull these fittings out right here, and we're just going to be putting, whatever, there's something in here. We're going to be putting some ball valves just to shut the air off that will go to the rear airbags. So basically, once the front suspension will be active and working with the functioning air leveling valve up front. So we're going to pull this fender off so I can get in there and work. We're going to get the frame roll out. We're going to mount that air leveling valve up in there, and then we can also do this axle seal at the same time. So we're doing a lot of air line, a lot of really confusing stuff. That's really hard to show video, but no, stuff's getting done. Just taking a lot of time. We'll pull the hit off, obviously, anyway. And Ryan spent the last 4 hours pulling one sticker off, so just Ryan's not Ryan's specialty. Alright, here we're not it's heavy. Now I know why I started up. We got started up to get the air out here. To get this drum off. There might be enough air in there. Can you press the bottom of it? Break it out. Maybe. I thought wrong. Sledgehammer. We'll smack that boy into next year. Like Ryan's muscles.
Mason!
One smack to crack it for the haters, right?
It's okay. Daddy made a mess. Oh, Daddy didn't mean to make a mess.
We might have to mess with this light.
Just look out right now.
Small disaster. We'll be right back.
Help me with this. Another day.
Alright, so I get the small mess cleaned up. Now I'm gonna finish pulling this reservoir off of here. Hopefully I'll make another mess.
Well, there's that. Now I'm gonna get that big nut off. Get the thumb off here. And change the rear seal. Please hold it up. Run your message. Take 2 questions more of all the green lights. Take 2 questions more. Hey, she's in there. We'll dispose of that properly. Don't worry.
Hey, shoot. They got wheel burners. Right with the DRC.
Well, I'm glad you were here for that.
Boil off in here. So, gotta get some new steel tomorrow.
Got it repositioned, so hopefully that doesn't happen again.
Ooh, almost got it. Almost got the dot.
Currently taking off the oil overflow.
I am no professional vinyl installer. None of us are, but we're gonna figure this out. This stuff looking fresh, boy. Oh, shit. Oh. You're gonna close this up. Oh, okay, ready. Y'all already know, but I started off Travis.
So we have those off equally and break on each and there too. So there aren't any straight the other two are short and the other thing is really happens, it's really hard. But you're working, you can't tell. We'll often have staff members that in the process of going through their and the patient has to be seen, or in team and nothing to do with their treatments.
Shock valve right here, so with the pool,
You want what?
and the pool that stops in there on that stuff, we can just turn it back
No,
on.
no, you can't.
So whenever you flip it out, turn the air back on, and basically you do like full pressure there, it should work out good. So my plan goes the way it's supposed to. I had a shop here down there, stuff on the deck plate, we're gonna run that way. Got moved the frame, I was told as long as you can't see U-joints, I'll do okay. So we're gonna try to get that out of here, I don't know get the paint or anything, but we're making it in here. And we're just looking. Yes, we're going. Thanks to JD Tools, got things over. Actually, that's all. Evolution brought us to install the frame door. We use the frame door right there. I'm not using the saw again because of the metal up. And I also picked up some cable. We got a cable that came on the end. He said, "What goes to the?" And everybody thinks it's going to. We've got our rear blocks, and you can see them through here between the frame and the axle. We've got those secure activity U-bolts that have been laying around and put right there on top of the axle. And got our welds in there, put a piece of flat plate. So those are not going anywhere. And now we have many binders back here to hold the rear axle up. So this rear axle is now officially solid. So to test it, we're going to take the air valve here, where Ryan's standing, and pick this back of our nose. We're out of air. So we'll start up for a minute. We'll pick the boy up. Drill our hole and mount our air leveling valve. Sorry, it's got a little different in the volume here. We can take our mics off. Yeah. But for this thing, try to get set and lower it back down. And then we'll off to this side. Yeah, just a paint on the tail. And it's like rusted for a good old brush job. So we got change binders. Our binders are all mounted. You can see where we're mounted here. All good. Our valve turned off. Our air leveling valve is mounted and working. Should be all set. We're just finished with pretty solid. It's not going anywhere. We're gonna get this deck plate. I'm gonna do it a little fast. I'll kind of bending a piece of metal here. We're gonna slide it down the center frame. I'm gonna get there to my cable. We're gonna bolt it over here.
What, buddy?
Yeah, no, I'll go through this. Wheels are back.
You have 1144.
So, we should rest in this thing, right? This is aluminum. Kind of that, but they're welded. Ready?
Oh!
We got 4 binders right here, a back chain right here somewhere. There's gonna be chain and stitch down where it's not going anywhere. But let's see what's
Did you hear that? Oh!
We plan on taking this one that is not too big.
Get away from that road.
Yeah, we have to get here. One of these, I guess I don't think this one we're supposed to come through, actually.
Mason.
We're having to do. That's actually not cool. That's right after all more options. Sure, like, slide over. Try to let it sit on top of that other.
Well, it'll sit on top of the shelf too.
Yeah, well, you see how the relation is. You can take that on top of that. Watch some sausages. Stay up, and then back. You can get forever magnets. Like they're working on the clock for faster hours. It's probably dirty. Ready? Stop. Hold up. Hold up. Alright. Now we're good. Yeah. You ain't got no finalist.
So let me know when I can see
That's
something.
now we got I think it's still only back to this. Yeah. Get my finger with it. We're gonna do it the right way. Right, we'll pull through here. Right there, quarter-inch roll. Yep, so I want four. Three right across the back, evenly spaced, off the eye. That's it, right there. That's it.
What I think about it is, let's look at it.
Keep up with it. Alright, everything. Good working here. That might look good though. That's a big enough like. Hey, the soda break. The front, we have some diesel strength and hot shot people in the room. Injector, cleaner, lubricator, and 16 booster. 380 gallons. I think we've got 160 gallons. You don't think right here? But I was told about the injector issue using good injector lubricant or injector cleaner or something other than regular diesel fuel. So got some good stuff in that diesel tank now. Our hitch is all on here, chain down. We've got chain pulling it forward onto the truck and pulling it down. And these right here are pulling the adjuster bar backwards. So these are all trying to move like on the track and stuff like that. But for less, this thing's all secure.
Okay, son.
And you can see
Get away from the road, please.
Next, we're table put around the truck. They did what? Shut off cable here, not for ability stuff. We just have to know that we're supposed to rate in. Every idea you know stuff that we are going to look at. Up here in the track, we cover not too far away, so we should be good to go there. That's what we're working on. No, Ryan out here, I know we're gonna put together. Sporting some grunt workwear boots out of those guys. You like that? Steel toe? Now, that nasty infected toe you got, you kick your boot, you're not gonna feel it. Protected. Anyway, so Ryan got some new grunt workwear boots. Check those guys out. Really cool dudes. Yeah, so the full trucks and chain down. We've got some binders up there on the hitch, and I'll explain for those comments in the following video. Our jet plate turned out pretty good for whipping it up real quick. Binders holding that rear axle upward, and we got some blocks in there. It's kind of hard to see, but blocks on the rear axle, 2 blocks, much more. I had a drive shaft loop somewhere up here. I had it pulled up right there. I need a drive shaft, so piece of pump drop down to hold it. We put some cables on the engine last time also, so kind of like the head and side can even go to the hood. We're all good there. We got an edge monitoring system up there, some temperature lights we're trying to get installed when we get down to the poles. So for now, we're getting ready to head out. This truck is so good. And we're only about an hour away, hour 15 minutes away from the truck pulls around. Right now, I'll go stop for a minute, say hi to those guys, but from that, we are Ocala Towers. Alright guys, that's a wrap for today's video. We are in house with Ocala, the 20 rack pulls. I'll put a link in the description right here for the website, guys. Go check it out. We'll start at 7 o'clock tonight and tomorrow night. So hope to see you all there. We're going to have a great time. Hopefully, this thing can pass on the track tonight. So we can get it all right.
Love it.
Working on all that.
You see the dog?
So we'll transition.
Come here.
You guys do the next video. Put it on just right here. I'm going to check around, swap around. And that's a big thing that I'll get the last video, and I do it. Did it all. So big stuff. We're good to go now. And cross the fingers. You made it. Use the rest. You got there. Peace.
This is great. And you have like your profile. Is that good one? Yeah. I love seeing right too. Just get 12 times 6 calls. Do you use that to save?
This time at Bicycle Garage, I got a very rare and unique car from my buddy Bart way down in Florida. It's a 1975 Brooklyn SV1. I've never seen one of this car until now. Quite frankly, I have no idea what's going on. It's been on the road for 40 years. So I'm going to try to get it going again and drive 700 miles back home.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
Nope. No clue. Where's that?
We never will. I kept them on there for scene points, and I thought they looked good, if I'm being brutally honest, but it's time to let these things go. It's just interfering with my process here. As you can see, look at the seal. The seal is like has been cut to make this rack fit, but I'm hoping that with this rack off maybe, at the bare minimum, I can just get some cheap window bubbles to stick on here, and then in severe rain, at least this won't be exposed. I'm thinking that we do window bubbles at Kyle, or whatever these are called, rain guards. Kyle has them on every single one of his vehicles, as you can see. And then you have this nice area of protection here, and they go super far up. As you can see, this goes all the way to the roof line. So if I can get some rain bubble things, rain guards or whatever for this, that would be ideal. But yeah, the windshield guy should be here in like 20 or 30 minutes. So actually, I think I can show you guys the wet floor as well. Actually, let me see if we have the light. Where's the light at? Maybe somewhere on the Jazzy side. We like insulated this whole interior and stuff, no dash. Okay, I don't actually know what the light is. Maybe I'll do the Alright, so as you can see, in the passenger footwell area, I have a towel down because it is raining right now, and the floor on this side got absolutely soaked. So let me try to put the light there, and you can see the level of saturation we're talking about here.
Definitely could just take the pipe apart, but if we can get a lot of one piece, that'd be awesome.
What is that?
Actually, we're talking about here. This is literally like soaking wet. There's literally a pool of water here. So yeah, definitely trying to get the windshield replaced today and reseal the edges here, because you can see it's like literally drips from way under there. So I'm thinking that the seal is just gone, like somewhere in this corner here. But yeah, we're gonna take care of it today. Let me try to get these wraps off. I actually think I have the key for this. Okay, got it. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'll kind of sprinkle some real life videos in like this here and there. We'll see what happens. But other than that, enjoy sim content because I love doing it. I love filming that kind of stuff. Just what you guys are gonna get. So on that note, peace out. See you guys tomorrow. Bye. This here is a 1982 Chevrolet custom Luke set. This whole touch up. See, I need this box and the doors. 81 GMC player. But then I got thinking, you know, it's only been sitting 15 years. I'm gonna probably just get this fired up and just scoot it home. But don't feel like I guess it's fixing to find out. I'll put a picture up. Snag this off that Joe over here. He bought it for the same reason. Mine are the same. I mean, don't seem to be that way produced. And that's why he snagged on it. But he just can't get his wind anymore. You know, so he started letting projects go. Is that a peacock? Yeah. So he listed her as a first project. That's it. Like I say, I need some body panels.
So here I grab a crow's foot and try and push on some bolts, I guess. Whoever installed them before me, I'm assuming they were the wrong bolts and stripped them out. So now they don't want to come out. The idea was I was going to take the radiator and the oil reservoir off with the motor all at the same time so I didn't have to drain anything, but that wasn't going to work because I cannot get the radiator off there as it is. Once I get the motor out, I'll go back and try and get it off there. Like I said, I'd like to get everything removed so I can powder coat the frame after sandblasting it, which everything has to come off for it to be sandblasted. So that's what I'm doing here. Eventually I figure out that's not going to work, so.
I can't believe it, but I guess I got you. That's the original smoke in there. Look at this. Oh, yeah. This tells me we got a 1 barrel or a 2 barrel. Oh,
Well,
no.
I wanted to pump motor without having to drain any of the coolant, but
That's a 2
looks like we're gonna have to drain the coolant.
Shoot, that's not good. Real solid. That's a going pound. Something see what we got here. I don't know yet. It's blue. We got blue interior. Whoa. It's like the inside of a raisin bran box with steel spray. It's really odd, actually. Why is that happening? I'll get you in here. It's not bad, if I'm being honest. See, the customs Luke say was not Luke say at all. Just very basic. Basic fine seat. We got legs in here. Leverage. What's an AC truck? All the that option is deleted on, I think. Nothing there. AM, FM, tape player. Okay. I like that a lot. Oh, we got a mission stage. That's neat. See what I want. We got no battery. We got oil pieces light, charging motor light, WP, MPHs, 72864. New. I'm going to say it's definitely 172. By the way, this is either manual brakes or it's been converted from a bolt action to an automatic player. But this looks original here. Although it doesn't have a pointer, but the string of wire.
Well, that was a miss, just like
it
you expected it to be.
was a manual at some point in time. But this is really good. I mean, there's not a lot going on here. Kind of like a converter, so we're in the 80s. Dollars. These shoes made in US of A. That was in really good shape. Actually, need that buckle on the winder too. There's a lot of good parts in this truck. Guys, not his door handle. Look at that. I mean, it's not really roll, but look at this thing. And I've confirmed this side is where it smells coming from. I think it's. Oh, yeah, see, this is wet. Anyway, custom Luke say. What do we got here? Okay, well, I guess that one's up pretty good. Let's see here. Front stabilizer, 4.1 leaf tray, inline 6. Okay, good power steering. All right, we're back. Solid paint, highway fog lights, automatic transmission. So then, this is a real basic work that I've probably done one before. So we've got manual brakes, 4.1 liter, 6 banger, but it had AC. I just help you understand that one. Probably won't be able to.
Assembler looks pretty good. All pretty good. I mean, the dash has got a little bit of wear on it. You know, we might be able to bring in some carpet layovers. Can't even really tell. Speed waver's on. Why would you take speed waver?
I think the cassette player. I don't know the answer to that one either. So there's.
Alright, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and take all the oil lines loose too.
Well, here's the boom.
It's just gonna be easier to pull it that way.
Might have a tape
So,
player yet.
gonna prepare for that, and then I'll record it when I'm ready. So that's gonna be the end for tonight. Motor's completely loose, ready to be pulled. I got a lot of editing to do already, and I'm not very good at it, so it's gonna take forever. I just wanted to clarify that the whole reason I was tearing this bike down was because it just wasn't up to my standards. There's a lot of things that need to be fixed, and it's easier just to start from the beginning doing it all right. I mean, there's, like somebody broke a bolt off there and then just self-tapped into it. So I'd like to either try to find another subframe or try to save this one. The exhaust threads are all gone. They've been drilled through. This one's still here, but that bolt was gone when I started taking it apart. All these nut certs for the grab bar are loose as hell. They need to be redone or replaced with something else. I think I'm gonna polish my swing arm so that it's like got a chrome look to it. And I think even the axle here I'll go ahead and polish. Calipers, I'd like to paint those. I don't know yet for sure. I'd like to. So the video ends there. I ran out of space. I'm just recording on my iPhone and at 4K at that, and it eats up a lot of space, so I'm recording a few videos at a time, uploading them to my computer, deleting them, and recording more. In this space, I'm going to add the photos of what happened when it actually blew up the first time and why it had to be rebuilt, and then I'll also put the screenshots of all the parts I used to have it rebuilt. If you guys like the video and want to see more, please subscribe, leave a comment, like, something. I'm not sure if anybody's going to see this. Hopefully, if people do see this and they like it, they let me know so that I can continue. I probably will anyways, but yeah, thanks guys.